Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina instructs to take positive steps about GI products as Cabinet approves draft law enabling village courts to fine Taka 3 lakh. Necessary steps have been taken to keep the prices of commodity under control during Ramadan, says Commerce Minister in the সংসদ. Moon sighted heralding the commencement of Hijri month of Shaban, Shab-e Barat to be observed on February 25th night. Bishwa Ijtema ends through Akhiri Munajat seeking unity, peace and betterment of the nation and Muslim Ummah. BGB personnel are on alert though Bangladesh-Myanmar border is now silent. Uncertainty still prevails on who will form the next government in Pakistan despite announcement of results of general election. And Australia emerged as champion in the ICC Under-19 World Cup, beating India by 79 runs in Benoni, South Africa. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10 on BTV and BTV World. I am Roya Zabin. You have just heard the headlines, now news in details.
তোমাদের মনে রাখা দরকার দেশ যখন আমার আছে মাটি যখন আমার আছে বাংলার সোনার মানুষ যখন আছে যদি আমরা সোনার ছেলে পয়দা করতে পারি ইনশাআল্লাহ আমার যে স্বপ্ন সোনার বাংলা তা একদিন হবে আমি দেখে না যাওয়ার পারি কিন্তু ইনশাআল্লাহ হবে
Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has directed all concerned to be active about the GI products. The Prime Minister gave the directive at the Cabinet meeting held at the Prime Minister's office today. At the outset of the meeting, Industries Minister Nurul Majid Mahmood Humayun handed over the GI certificates of Tangai saris, Amrit Shagorkola of Noshindi and Roshokolla of Gopalganj and saris of Tangai to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister directed all to be active with GI products. In today's meeting, the Cabinet gave final approval to the draft of the Village Courts Amendment Act 2024, increasing the power of village courts to fine from 75,000 taka to 3 lakh taka. The Cabinet also gave final approval to the draft of the Local Government City Corporation Amendment Act 2024. The amendment incorporated the provision that reserved women councillors will get the responsibility of wards if any post of a city corporation council falls vacant. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina unveiled the cover of a book of poems written by Science and Technology Minister Architect Yafiz Osman. After the meeting, Cabinet Secretary Mahbub Hussain briefed the reporters at the Secretariat. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina laid emphasis on expansion of export market and diversification of productions. She laid the emphasis when leader of Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association, BGMEA, paid a courtesy call on the Premier at her office this morning. Sheikh Hasina also urged the businessmen to pay special attention to ensure the quality of the produced goods. Prime Minister's Deputy Press Secretary K.M. Shakawat Moon in a media briefing said that during the meeting, the BGMEA delegation briefed the Premier about business, trade, exports and recent market situations. As the delegation members pointed out some problems caused by various reasons including the global situation, the Prime Minister listened to them attentively and assured them of solving those as soon as possible. Principal Secretary Mohammad Tufazal Hussain Mia, BGMEA President Farooq Hassan, former President and former Commerce Minister Tipu Munshi, Former Presidents Abdus Salam Murshidi, Shafiul Islam and Siddiqur Rahman and other leaders of the organization were present. The government has taken necessary measures to keep the prices of commodities under control during the upcoming Ramadan. State Minister for Commerce Ahsanul Islam Titu said this while replying to a question during the question-answer session in the Parliament today. The session began with Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry in the chair. Replying to a question, the Commerce Minister told the House that the government has taken various steps, including uninterrupted supply of commodities in the market and market monitoring to keep the prices of the commodities under control during Ramadan. Replying to another question, he said, if the steps taken by the government are implemented, the prices of commodities will be under control in the coming Ramadan. Besides, the government will distribute 5 types of products, including rice, pulses, oil, dates, to 1 crore marginal families through TCB on the occasion of the upcoming Ramadan, he added. Responding to another question, the Commerce Minister said action will be taken if anyone tries to increase the prices of commodities through manipulation during Ramadan. In reply to questions, State Minister for Disaster Management and Relief Muhibur Rahman told the House that a project has been taken to set up 6,793 lightning bars across the country to reduce the number of deaths due to lightning strikes. Meanwhile, 2 parliamentary standing committees on civil aviation and tourism and the Ministry of Power and Energy has been reconstituted. Later, a general discussion was held on Thanksgiving motion on the President's speech. Participating in the discussion, State Minister for Information and Broadcasting Muhammad Ali Arafat said, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, daughter of Bangabandhu, has changed the status of Bangladesh in the world during the last 15 years through various development works, including trial of war criminals, construction of Bangabandhu satellite, metro rail, Podda Bridge and Kornofuli tunnel. He said the fight against information terrorism will continue in the days to come under the leadership of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The sitting of the House will resume in the afternoon tomorrow. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry has said the officials and employees of the Parliament Secretariat have been discharging their duties and responsibilities sincerely. She said this at a special coordination meeting among different wings of the Parliament Secretariat at the newly constructed conference room of the North Plaza of the Jatiya সংসদ Bhavan today. The Speaker said a smart parliament will be established soon. She gave important directives to bring dynamism in the administrative, legislative and procurement activities of the Parliament Secretariat. Senior Secretary of the Parliament Secretariat, K.M. Abdus Salam, delivered the welcome address. The moon of Shaban month has been sighted in the sky of Bangladesh. As a result, the holy Shab-e-Barat will be observed on the night of February 25. The decision was taken at a meeting of the National Moon Sighting Committee held at Baitul Mukarram National Mosque today. Additional Secretary of the Ministry of Religious Affairs, Awal Hauladar, presided over the meeting. Members of the committee were present. Bisho Ijtema, the second largest congregation of the Muslims, ended today through Akhiri Munajat or concluding prayers of the second phase. Hundreds of thousands of pious Muslims thronged the bank of the Turak River to take part in the concluding prayers. Maulana Yusuf bin Saad led the Munajat, seeking blessings of Allah for peace, betterment and progress of the Muslim Ummah and the country. The entire Ijtema ground turned into a human sea. The gathering spilled over to the adjoining areas of the ground. The Bangladesh-Myanmar border remained calm throughout the day today. No firing has been heard from the other side of the border since last night. Border Guard Bangladesh is on alert along the border. Meanwhile, the process of sending back members of Myanmar's government forces who have taken shelter in Bangladesh is underway. Welcome back to News at 10, and we move on to international news. The Election Commission of Pakistan on Sunday announced the complete results of the country's parliamentary election 2024 held on 8 February. According to the election results announced for the National Assembly, independent candidates got 101 seats, most of them allied to Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI), Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz (PMLN) of former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif got 75 seats, and the Pakistan People's Party (PPP) of Bilawal Bhutto Zardari got 54 seats. Muttahida Qawmi Movement (MQM) got 17 seats, and other parties got 17 seats. The election body of the country postponed voting for one seat due to the death of a candidate and withheld the result for one seat and announced partial re-voting for it. It's still unclear who will form the government, as a simple majority of 134 seats is required for a political party or coalition to be in power. Final results from 4 provincial assemblies whose elections were also held on Thursday are still awaited. Meanwhile, police have threatened crackdown as PTI and other parties protest, alleging widespread rigging of the vote. At least 40 Palestinians have been killed and dozens more injured in the past 24 hours in Israeli bombardment of residential areas across Rafah city in Gaza. 4 people were killed and 8 injured in Israeli shelling of a house in Deir el-Bala in central Gaza. Israeli air raids also continued in Khan Yunis. UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron said he is deeply concerned about the prospect of a military offensive in Rafah, noting that more than half of the Gaza's population is sheltering there. EU Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell has said it would lead to an unspeakable humanitarian catastrophe. Saudi Arabia warned of very serious repercussions if Rafah was stormed. More than 28,000 people have been killed and 67,611 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7. 7 people have been killed in a Russian drone attack that caused a huge blaze in Ukraine's northeastern city of Kharkiv. Local officials said among the victims were 2 parents with their 3 young boys who burned alive in their house. Kharkiv Mayor Ihor Terikov said 15 private houses had burned completely. Russia's military has made no public comments in the reported strikes. Meanwhile, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky vowed a just response to Russian terror. Now some weather updates. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said weather may remain dry with temporary partly cloudy sky over the country. Light to moderate fog may occur over the country during late night to morning. Night and day temperature may rise slightly over the country, the Met Office said. Now news on sports. Australia became champion in the ICC Under-19 World Cup, beating defending champion India by 79 runs in Benoni today. Earlier, Australia won the toss and elected to bat first. The Aussies' young team scored 253 runs for 7 wickets in 50 overs. Harjot Singh scored 55 runs for the Aussies. In reply, India were all out for 174 runs in 43 overs, 5 balls. Bangladesh police team became champion in the Bangabandhu Premier Division Chess League 2024. They earned 19 points from 11 games. Pali Shanchay Club became runners-up. General Secretary of Bangladesh Chess Federation, Syed Shahabuddin Shamim, distributed the prizes among the winners at the National Sports Council today. Joint Secretary of the Federation Masudur Rahman Mollik and international chess organizer Mahmouda Haq Chaudhry Molly were also present on the occasion. A total of 11 teams took part in the competition. Before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina instructs to take positive steps about GI products as Cabinet approves draft law enabling village courts to fine Taka 3 lakh. Necessary steps has been taken to keep the prices of commodity under control during Ramadan, says State Minister for Commerce in the Shangshad. Moon sighted heralding the commencement of Hijri month of Shaban. Shab-e Barat to be observed on February 25th night. Bishra Ijtema ends through Akhiri Munajat seeking unity, peace and betterment of the nation and Muslim Ummah. BGB personnel are on alert though Bangladesh-Myanmar border is now silent. Uncertainty still prevails on who will form the next government in Pakistan despite announcement of results of general election. And Australia emerged as champions in the ICC Under-19 World Cup, beating India by 79 runs in Benoni, South Africa. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. We invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khodafis.